Alright guys, it's been frigid. I don't even know if that is a good enough word for how cold it's been. So anyway, what we got going on here today, guys, is we're upgrading the pump house this year. Last year I ran a double guzzler out here and it wasn't enough. I really don't think it was enough. Well, I know it wasn't enough. So I've went to a quad guzzler, and we are going to be making some other modifications out here as well. So we got our two conductor lines that come in, and last year we had it going to one right here and into the shack and to the guzzler. As you can see here. But this year we are going to be going to the quad and this. So that line that's existing in there already that we just looked at is going to be coming to that one, and we're going to put a hole through and we're going to separate both of those conductors so I can shut one down if we get a leak on it or whatever. So anyway, with as flat as we are out here, and we strived for 2%, and we probably got that at best. We used a laser to install everything, so it's pretty darn close and accurate, but still the best 2% grade. And once you get down to the back third, we'll call it, the lateral lines start getting level with the conductor line, and then at the very end of it, where the line's up here, the lateral lines are running up to the conductor line and down to the trees. It's gonna freeze. Every single one of those laterals is acting as a sap ladder, essentially. I'm obviously not high vacuum, so I didn't want to do the sap ladders, and I don't have much experience with the sap ladders, and everybody I did talk to said that they freeze up. And I was like, okay, so they're going to be freezing and potentially stopping the whole thing behind them, rather than if I did it this way, if just one of the laterals is frozen and the others aren't, then I'm still getting sap from the rest of the trees. Am I right? Am I wrong? Who knows? It's the way I did it. It's the way I wanted to do it. Is what it is. So, is it gonna get me, crazy pounds per tap? No. Is it gonna beat walking tree to tree, doing 1,000 bags collecting and having to have people help? Yes. So, back to this. We are going to be doing this because ice. All those ladder lines are freezing with sap, and then they thaw out enough to let loose, and then they let little ice turds, it's just what I'm calling them, guys, little ice turds into the line, and it comes down the line, and then it would get up here to this filter that we had right there installed in log jam. So, and then the log jam would hold everything up, and it was just a nightmare. So what we've is this. Now those little ice turds will be able to fall in here. There will be a screen in here, and it'll suspend the ice, and the sap will be able to go by it out the bottom and into our pump. Should work. I don't see why it won't. So that's what we're working on today. We're about 3.5 weeks from tapping if the weather holds true to what they're saying, and I believe it to hold true. So we're getting ready. I want this done to where all I have to do is come out and tap here, and then fix what little squirrel chews might be around.
I think we have a grudge.
We have a bear? What makes you think that?
Come here. I'll show you. Look at their footprint.
That's not a bear footprint.
What is it, bunny?
Close. Bunnies have 2 in the front and 1 in the back. That one has 2 in the front and 2 in the back. So what do you think would have 2 feet that push off to make it hop with a long bushy tail?
Squirrel.
Yep. See? You can see where his feet are and he jumps. And that's why it stops at the tree, because he jumped from here up onto the tree.
Can this is nest?
What kind of tree is that?
Maple.
Yep. Good job, babe. Alright, so back to this. Now we have the little distractor out here having fun. So, alright, let's get at this. Well, I promise you, I'm not this good. So check this out. Wow. Absolutely crazy. Could not do that again in 100 years. I'll be darned. And it's going to be even better if for some reason this doesn't work and I have to flip it to where the inlet's on the bottom and the outlet's on the top. Then I'll just be able to set it on one of those crates, more than likely, because it's just going to be flipped. So that part would be up top, pumping out. Wow. I will be darned. I'm pretty happy with that. So my logic with all this, guys, is sap comes in there, got the screen in there so the sap can go by all the ice turds. Goes in here, the sap goes in here on each side, goes down, and then it's going to get pumped up about 4 feet into a 40-gallon tank. And then in there is that sump pump, and that kicks on to prime it, and once it's primed, it self suctions all the way up to the sugar shack. So my thought is, with having this come out and go up and in, that it's going to keep sap in here and keep those valves wet and the diaphragms wet and all that, and then the diaphragms and valves up top will be wet from the sap coming in and being able to sit on there. So it should work. The only thing that might not work is the lifting may premature wear out my diaphragms, but I don't think so. I've heard a lot of different theories and opinions on it, so we're just going to have to try it out. That's all there is to it at this point. Unfortunately, I really love Bosworth and Sap Guzzlers. I love their products. But guys, you got to remember, they're not a maple company. They're started for sump pumps and big boats and stuff like that. So there's not a lot of maple knowledge there. Great people, great product, just not a lot of maple knowledge. And it's going to take guys like me doing this to see if it works, and, you know, responding back to them saying, hey, this is how my setup is, this works if anybody calls or whatever. It's kind of some infield testing here as far as that goes. But I am super happy with this. This could not have went any better. So gonna continue working on out here. Gonna go up to the house. I forgot a ratchet strap. Tighten these up, and then it's got these chokers on here. I got the second pair on there that are gonna, you know, tighten up the conductors there, and then these ones here will hold these ones taut to this, is what I'm thinking here. So making progress. It's cold, but not as cold as it was last week. I can't believe how well that worked out. I'm pretty excited about that. Alrighty, well, check this out, guys. how nice and straight those are coming in. Before I had a Y right here, as you guys just seen in the video. Wasn't ideal. Now these two conductor lines are on their own system. I can check for leaks right here. So if my vacuum's down, I can come shut this and then just slowly break it, and I'll be able to hear which one's got the leak, or if both, or whatever. So for about 800 yards that way and about 1,000 yards that way, these are technically main lines because I have a lot of laterals running to them. But I call them conductors because at the end of this line and at the end of this line, 3/4 inch main lines come into these. So I just call these conductors. 3/4 inch mains going to the conductor, laterals going to the mains and conductor. So here this is right here. Show you inside. Quick disconnect. Quick disconnect. There she be. Here's something funny. So here's the Y that used to be right here. Check this out. Ice. So you know what that means. There it went. This is where it came from, the down to 1, so but it came in like that, and one of the lines was a little bit higher, I think, and it would cause ice to build up right in here, just like we've seen. Not no more. Alright, that's probably it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, there'll be more. I'll try to remember to video. I haven't been doing a very good job at it lately. So here we go. Have a happy season, guys. It's just about here.